The majority are Donald Trump supporters. You see people wearing his T-shirts, holding his signs. There's a pleasant mood. People are excited to see him there. But with such a controversial candidate, you know, a lot of us were wondering, and I'm sure you were as well, are there going to be protesters? Are there going to be a large group of protesters? Patrick told us just a few minutes ago that they have someone playing over the loudspeaker in the arena. If you see a protester, gather around them and chant Trump, Trump, Trump. So, you know, earlier we checked in with Lisa, and for the most part, we hadn't seen protesters all day, but she actually caught a few hanging out with their signs on the corner of a grassy area. So let's go check in with her, and she caught up with them to see what they have to say. Lisa?
Hey, Amy, I'm outside here of Germain Arena. We're actually just off the property lines of Germain Arena out here. We have a couple protesters. They say they just moved in a little bit closer from farther out. They're out here with their signs. They're very peaceful protesters. They've come out here to kind of show their signs and show what they have to say. If you want to kind of read what you've got here.
My sign says love Trump hate, and then I have Jill2016.com, Johnson Weld, and open the debates.
Awesome, and here's the next one. Let's see, no hate in our state. What have you got?
Love is the revolution, because love is pretty much the answer, not hate.
And what about you? What do we have?
You know, when you see people like David Duke and others joining the Republican Party to support this nominee, you might want to check your values.
And we have another. Let's see. What do you have here? Tell us.
Right here I have saying Trump is presidential is like saying Taco Bell is authentic Mexican food.
Wow. What inspired this?
Honestly, humor gets a lot across, and I'm not trying to be abrasive with anybody. I think that we can all have fun and pick the right choices.
Thank you so much. So this is Sam. He's out here with a sign too. Tell us about what kind of brought you out here.
Water is life. It's been my intention to be able to go to North Dakota in order to protest the terrible things that are going on there right now. Then when you start looking closer to home, to our own state, you realize that you don't have to go to North Dakota. For example, we have 250,000 gallons of water being dumped into a sinkhole right now that is poisonous and going into our aquifer system. There's no candidate out there but Green, which is where it all started, that is about the environment. We need to protect our water. Without water, we don't have life.
So you're here to show your support for the Green Party. This isn't about the Democratic Party or not a support of the Republican Party. This is for the Green Party.
I'm a veteran. Thank you. I am a veteran, and I was a lifelong Democrat. But after being told for many years that we're going to stop these wars in the Middle East, in fact, all over the world, we have 800 army bases all over the world, and I decided that this is the last time that we have to stop these wars, that we have to start finding new solutions to our problems.
And why not Donald Trump?
For an example, one of the things that I listened to a couple of nights ago that I spoke out on women's issues is when Mr. Trump was on national television and he says that it was a woman's responsibility, or maybe somehow it was quote unquote her fault of being raped in the U.S. military, and that by putting men and women together, he said, I believe he said.
Gotcha.
And I am so sorry. I believe that what he says is that it's women's, by putting women into armed forces, especially in combat situations, quote unquote, what do you expect? So that means in a situation like now where there's a woman as a camera person and as yourself, that if we put women and men into the same category or into the work
thank
environment.
you so much. I'm sorry we have to cut you off. We're running out of time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. Again, we have a group of supporters out here, that protesters, out here, who say they've been, you know, working their way closer and closer. They said they did have more of them. We're going to continue to stay out here, monitor the situation, and see what we can get out here. So for now, stick with Fox 4. For now, reporting live from Germain Arena, Lisa Greenberg, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right. Thank you, Lisa, for that angle. So, you know, typically when you have